Hi, my name is Lisa Parker. The title of my speech is How Car Seats Came to Be and How They Keep Children Safe. Harness-based child restraints reduce fatal injuries by 58 to 71% for infants younger than 1 year old, and by 54 through 59% for children between the ages of 1 and 4 years old, compared to those with no restraints. Woods, 2025. Car seats have come a long way in both design and safety, and in this speech, we'll go over their history and their invention, the different types of car seats, the importance of their use. To begin, I'll start with my first main point. Where car seats came from, DeRocher 2021. Initially, car seats weren't designed for safety. In the 1930s to the 1940s, their purpose was to keep a child in one spot in the car and to allow them to look out the window. Originally, they were nothing more than just a burlap sack with some string and then just a metal basic frame with a canvas seat. They didn't have any real consideration for safety until around the 1960s, which is when they invented the Y harness, the 5-point harness, and the rear-facing car seat. And then in 1971, they had implemented federal standards for the car seat. However, at the time, that did not include any crash testing. Finally, in 1979, the first car seat law had passed in the first state, and then by 1985, it was passed in all states. Moving away from the history, we're going to focus on the different types of car seats. Now, there's many different types of car seats, but we'll start with the rear-facing car seat, which is for newborns up until they're about 2 to 3 years old. Now, there's also different types of rear-facing car seats, such as the infant car seat, which is for newborns up until their first year. There's the standard, there's a convertible, and then there's the all-in-one, which transitions with the child as the child grows. Now there's forward-facing car seats, which is for children between the ages of 3 and 4, and they are in the car seat until they're about 7 years old. Now, it's important to know that you only want to transition your child or any child once they reach the right weight and height requirement needed for that specific seat. And the same applies when you transfer them into a booster. Now, there's different types of booster seats. There's some with the back and the base, with or without the harness, or some with just the base. It's important to also know that when you decide to transition a child into just the back seat and a seatbelt, the seatbelt needs to rest comfortably over their lap, not against their tummy, against their shoulder, and not against their neck. Now we transition to the importance of car seats. Children are infinitely safer from injury and death when using car seats. It's also important to know that motor vehicle accidents is still one of the leading causes of death to children, Woods 2025. However, child mortality rates have decreased by 60% since 1975, Woods 2025, which was also around the time that the car seat law had been implemented. Since safety has been such a huge consideration over the years, the car seats have been designed and changed many times over, with many different options to choose from to accommodate the differences in age, height, weight, and the child's specific needs. One final note that I'd like to share: anyone can go to a car seat inspection location to ensure proper installation of a car seat and to avoid any kind of misuse. This is posted on the NHSTA website as well. In conclusion, I've shared just some general information about car seats. We saw how they started off as burlap sacks with no regard for safety, how they were redesigned over the years, the many different types, and the ages that they were best suited for. It was also emphasized the importance of using car seats as they reduce injury and save lives. I will end here with a photo from the CDC website that shows the different placements, the front and the rear facing car seats and the booster seats. Works cited: NHSTA, Safe Ride for Kids, and IHSS. Thank you.